So this is the new Insta360 Flow, and this is the DJI OM6. Now both of these are gimbals for your mobile device and can give you incredibly smooth looking video footage. Both are foldable, both work with Android and iOS, both have extended selfie sticks, but there's a few things about the Insta360 Flow that sets it apart from the OM6. And in this video we're going to talk about those differences and why I think you should be buying the Insta360 Flow in 2023. Number one, usability. Now Insta360 have been watching closely over the last few years about how the other manufacturers are going about designing these gimbals, and they've designed their own one-step foldability system which is so easy and gets you up and running filming footage straight away. Now much like the OM6, it has this magnetic clip system which you put on your phone first of all. Then the first thing you do is add this to your phone. There's a little notch in between there that matches it up, and then all you have to do is simply fold the gimbal out and you're ready to go. It is as simple as that. You're ready to film footage and you can move it all over. Keeps your footage and video really stable, as any gimbal should do. And then to add another feature the Flow has got that other gimbals don't, it's this built-in tripod in the actual grip itself, and that is a absolutely brilliant feature. Means you don't have to add a secondary tripod or screw one into the bottom like you do with the OM6. You can stand it up and you can plan what you're going to do, or you can use it on a table or any surface. The OM6 in comparison is just a little bit fiddly. I can never figure out how to fold it back up. You have to take this off and we put that there. We turn the actual gimbal off, we take that off, and then this is always a bit fiddly. You have to fold that bit down and sort of force it in. I see, it's just a little bit difficult. With the Flow, all you have to do is fold the tripod up, turn it around like so, fold it down, and it clips into place, and then we've got the phone off like that and we're ready to go. Small, compact, foldable, pocketable even. Usability is just easier. They've looked at the other designs and they've gone, that's not good enough, this is what we want to do with our design. It's a one-step foldable system. You're up and filming footage straight away. Next up, battery life. Now the OM6 has a battery life of 6.5 hours, which is sort of ample for general filming, but if you're doing something a little bit more extreme, or you're filming all day and you need a longer battery life, then that's when the Flow comes in. You've got a battery life of 12.5 hours. So it pretty much blows the OM6 out of the water. Not only have you got that long battery life, this doubles as a power bank as well. This actually charges your phone on the go, something the OM6 doesn't do. It comes with the included Lightning to USB-C cable, and in the arm itself here you've got a USB-C port, and then this plugs into the phone underneath and it's charging away your phone. So this doubles as a power pack and you're not going to run out of juice. That's just another fantastic feature that the OM6 doesn't have. So yeah, going to keep it powered all day. While we're talking quickly about that USB-C port that's plugged in there, if you get the creator kit, which is linked in the description if you do want to buy one of these, then you get this included spotlight which plugs into there. If I change this around so it's landscape a second to make it easier, that plugs into the USB-C port underneath like so, and you get a little light. This light clips onto the magnetic mount like that, and then if you're in sort of a darker scenario, you've got a little light on there. You can change the color temperature and you can change the brightness, 3 different brightness levels as well. So that comes with the creator kit. It's a nice little addition. Tracking and the app. Now this is something where the Insta360 excels. Insta360 are renowned for their AI technology. Their application with their other 360 cameras is phenomenal. You use the same app with this Insta360 Flow and it really is great. The tracking I've found with my testing has been far more reliable as well than the DJI OM6, which is a bit shocking actually considering the history that DJI have with their drones. The tracking was usually pretty good, but I've found with the testing I've done that the tracking just loses you if you move too fast. It is a little bit smoother when it re-identifies you into the frame. I did this test where I walked around a tree and both gimbals did well in picking me back up when I came back into frame, but when I was moving fast left and right, as fast as I can move, then the DJI did lose me, and the Insta360 Flow was a lot better at keeping me in the frame and keeping me tracked. So yeah, a little bit shocking when it comes to the tracking capabilities. I did expect DJI to do a lot better than Insta360 in this point. So like I said, Insta360 renowned for their AI capabilities, and the app, they're really pushing the boundaries with all that technology. The other features it has in the tracking is all angle tracking, so no matter which way you move, up and down, it tracks you. It has slow motion tracking, which is something the DJI doesn't have, and it also has zoom tracking, which is again something that the OM6 doesn't feature. So you can track people slow motion with zoom as well, and it's got that special up and down all angle tracking. It also has always on tracking, which you can just tap on with the trigger and it locks onto the subject in frame like glue. So yeah, when it comes to the tracking and using that feature, the Flow wins hands down. Next up, controls. Now, the Insta360 Flow features this new smart wheel, which does control everything about not only the gimbal, but your phone. And there's a few things in here that just make this a lot better than the OM6. For instance, it's got this clever smart switching feature where you swipe left and right on this smart wheel to change the different modes. And you don't have to go around in a loop as well. If you go past the mode you want, you can swipe backwards to the previous mode, which is something you can't do with the OM6. If you go past the mode, you have to cycle through them again. It's a little bit annoying sometimes when you're using the gimbal. One other feature which is essential for me, which this has, the OM6 doesn't, is that you can change the lens and you can change to the front and rear facing cameras while recording. With the DJI OM6 you have to stop recording, change the orientation or change the lens or change the front and rear camera, then restart recording. With the Flow you can actually switch lenses and switch the front and rear cameras whilst recording, and that is a no-brainer to me, making your videos so much easier. If you want to change that around whilst you're recording, you can do by just a click of the button. The camera changes round, we're still recording. We've still got the good audio because you've got the microphone plugged in. If you want to go back to your face, we click back and we've got tracking automatically always on the face. We're walking along and that is, oh man, that is so good. To change the lenses, you just flick this zoom wheel left and right to sort of filter through the different lenses you've got on your camera. You can zoom as well with this. This also in FPV mode does a rotation, a shot where it goes around. You've got the lens switch here, and then you've got the trigger on the back which changes the orientation of the camera and the phone, and then you've got the on switch and the record button on there. So everything on this smart wheel is just there at hand for you to use, rather than having these controls which you've got a knob on the side, you've got a joystick, you've got a couple of different buttons and then the mode button. So there's just a few more fiddly bits on that. Everything on the Flow is all together on the one wheel, and it controls a lot more features, not only on the gimbal but on the phone as well. Makes it a lot easier and more intuitive to use. Lastly, creative features. It also has a 360 panorama photo mode where you can take brilliant panoramic photos with this, as well as panoramic time lapses. Time lapses you can plan and dot different waypoints, which is great. You can do that with the OM6 as well, but doing time lapses with your phone is probably the easiest thing to do. You really do get the best results. Also, you've got a new widescreen mode, which gives your videos that little bit more of a cinematic view. That's built into the app as well. So you've got those different modes. So you've got cinematic, you've got 360 panoramic photos, you've got hoop mode, you've got slow motion, you've got time lapse, you've got all those different things built into the application, and there's all these different features that just make this a lot more fun to use, and there's a lot more creative options with the Flow. One more thing that I want to mention, and this is probably my favourite feature of all, and that is the built-in cold shoe that is in this. On the arm here you've got a little cold shoe that's built in, and that allows you to add external audio. I actually put my Rode Wireless Go 2 on here, plugged it in via an adapter to the phone, and then not only have you got great video, stabilised footage, you've got all these features of the Flow to add the external audio as well, which makes a huge difference to your videos. No matter how good your video footage is, if you haven't got good audio, it really will make a difference. So, Insta360, I've thought about that. They've added that cold shoe on, and I'm now going to attach the I'm now going to attach the Rode Wireless Go 2 so you can hear what good audio sounds like when it's plugged into the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So now I've got the Rode Wireless Go 2 plugged into the iPhone 14 Pro Max with a separately bought lightning adapter, 3.5mm jack. I have got the Rode Wireless Go 2 now on the cold shoe, then we plugged it in. It's on that arm, it's nice and compact, and it just sounds so much better than the other audio that you previously heard. So, and for me, I just think that feature sells it totally. If that was a difference between having other features on a gimbal, I'd go for the audio every single day. So that just a little feature, having that cold shoe just built into the arm, absolutely ingenious. So this is what the audio sounds like with the Rode Wireless Go 2 and the Insta360 Flow. So overall, this is Insta360's first dive into the gimbal market, and to be honest, I've been really impressed. It's got some standout features, and this has got stuff that the OM6 is just missing. And you'd think from DJI that after 6 generations of this, they'd have thought about all these things the first time and really honed it down. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad gimbal. I still think it does the job. It's just missing all these features that I've mentioned previously, and it's just a little bit fiddly to use. So I'm not going to be using the DJI OM6. I would fully recommend this Flow from Insta360. I think it's brilliant. They've thought about everything with this gimbal. But that's it. If you do want to grab one or the DJI, there will be links in the description down below. I will keep you up to date with discount codes Insta360 may give me to give you to my subscribers. So I'll put that in the pinned comment and keep it updated for you. Yeah, appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing future videos on the Flow. I'm giving you tips and tricks on how to get the best out of this particular bit of tech. So stay tuned, subscribe, press the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Give this video a like, it really does help as well. But that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.